back to the Capital Mindset Show. Today, we're going to be discussing a change I just did at the risk of sounding like a flip-flopper. So you guys already know by the title of this video or the thumbnail, whatever way you guys find out. I'm going to be talking about Gazprom today. So Gazprom collapsed about 50% today, and I'll actually showcase the price action with you guys here, and that's right here. So 47.74% down today, updated 10:56 a.m. Eastern time. So the date is February 28, 2022. Just so everyone knows, there was a video I posted last week. It was posted on Thursday about a sale I made on Wednesday of last week, which was Gazprom, right? I sold Gazprom and I explained why I sold Gazprom. You can go check out this video here if you're curious. I will summarize it here for such a quick update video. Oh, by the way, actually, I should address this too. So some of you commented about how the video just cuts abruptly. That was a rendering error. That was the first time it's ever happened on YouTube. So this video was a little bit longer. I even forgot what I was talking about. I can watch the actual video on the where I have it saved, and for the most part, I think it was like, instead of a 3 minute and 30-second video, it was a 4-minute video. So it's just 30 seconds that was cut out. I have no idea why it was cut. Well, it was 30 seconds was cut out plus the exit music and outro music. All right. So that's basically it. But the video summarizes my reasons for selling Gazprom, my concerns, and essentially what it has to do, again, a quick summary, is surrounding the political tensions, the threat of litigation, the threat of sanctions that would prevent me from continuing owning the business. So I just wanted out of it. And I explained that, at my workplace, we came to the similar conclusions. I came to similar conclusions with my personal portfolio. So we were out. I'm not a trader. Okay. This is actually, but I want to be transparent. So I'm telling you guys now my thoughts and what I did today, but it's updated in the portfolio, kind of go show it right there. So that is the new entry. It is Gazprom. Yes. Ignore some of this stuff because this is kind of like a yes if I'm allowed to, or yes if it happens, or yes if they are allowed to give me the dividends. So there's a lot of things there. It's been a very volatile day. So we've had ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. So I think for the most part, we're not going to be buying more unless the price drops substantially more than what we've seen today. Okay. And then intraday, I was kind of quite lucky, but I'm fighting over pennies here. I got it at 267 instead of where it stands to right now at 277. Google, unfortunately, doesn't showcase the whole price. It just averages it out. But it's been a quite volatile day. I've been seeing it actually move up and down, going nuts. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care. This is just up for the video. So kind of showcasing again this massive drop. So we were just sitting over here, and I talked about in the video how I wasn't able to time the market because I don't have a crystal ball, and so I was actually only able to sell at around $6 ish around Wednesday. I think it was $6.20 in reality. But I had trimmed last year and a little bit the year before. So I was even like selling up around here, which is 2021. And then I didn't obviously turn the market. What's funny is I didn't sell a single share when it was in the $10. I didn't sell a single share. I sold some around, I think it was, September. That's when we first started making videos, but I had sold some here, but never sold a single share in the tens. And that was, hindsight, that was silly, but I can't complain. I did really well in the position for the time I was invested. And then again, I was out at around completely out around 620 something. So now we're at 271, and again, when it's updated, it's about 15-minute delay. So I'd rather, and this is porting in from that same value, by the way. So I would say that the reasons as to why I entered should not really be highlighted as much as the risks. Okay, the risks are far more important. And I actually want to focus on explaining the risks because there is a severe chance of permanent capital loss. And I want to be very clear by that. So what I was able to do is I was able to funnel in just about the same amount of capital that I took out in the last sale, not including the original size of the position, just the last sale. I was able to rebuy all the shares and more. And I think at the current prices, for me, I think the risks are okay. Okay. So will I buy more? No. So actually, I think I made sure, yes, I just put it to holding. I don't want to accumulate any more unless the price drops severely more from here. And then I will think about it, because I want to manage the size of this position. It is, in my opinion, very risky. And again, I'll go over some of the risks. So the main risks, I'd say, is geopolitical. Okay. Should this conflict get worse, the rules, litigations, laws surrounding this entity may get worse in terms of whether or not I'm allowed to own it, whether or not they can just take it away from me, stuff like that. I don't put past anyone what could happen. Okay. So knowing that, I want to make sure that the position is therefore, controlled, so the risk is mitigated. And just so everyone knows, this is just my public stocks, right? These are publicly traded entities. These are only my holdings in publicly traded entities. So when I should actually highlight that, just in case people didn't watch the original portfolio reveal video where I do explain this. So this allocation amount, it's basically of all the stocks that I own of my net worth in stocks, that's the allocations. So this is 88.15. It doesn't include my cash. It does not include, real estate holdings, private businesses. It does not include any of that. It's just publicly traded entities. Okay. So in reality, that 2.02% is not really 2% of all the net worth, right? It's just of the portfolio, right? And then that's what's kind of where we're judging here. So if it goes bankrupt, I'm not going to really cry about it, but I think at the current price, for me personally, again, I'll say that this, again, me personally, the risks are, okay. Now, what's some other risks? So they pay a dividend, right? So let's go back and kind of assume the, Google's right, and it's that cheap. It's a 1.48, and let's just, for the sake of argument, right? So it looks really cheap. I haven't seen a PE ratio on anything of 1.48 unless there's something really bad or really wrong with them, right? Okay, so fair enough. There is something really wrong with them. What's wrong with them? They're a Russian company, right? Being a Russian company at this moment in time is not a good deal, or not a good situation sentiment wise. Everyone wants to sell out of you because there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of sanctions, the world's kind of isolating you right now, and their stock market's down, I think 70+% right now. So I did say in that last video that if I was a Russian citizen, I would be contemplating buying Russian stocks. I would be really thinking about it. So you gotta think, you gotta analyze it, and without emotion. Emotion is a dangerous thing. So while everyone is selling this stock, this could actually prove to be terrible, by the way. While everyone is selling the stock, I'm buying it. I'm buying it here. And that doesn't mark the bottom at all. That probably just marks the beginning of the real drop. It's gonna go down to 5 cents. No, I'm just kidding. But again, that dividend yield, well, what happens again, risk-wise, if the dividend can't be paid out to me? Well, that severely impacts my experience in terms of returns. But, maybe what happens is they give the dividend, it can be reinvested in the account that I own it in, and it can accumulate more. Maybe that can happen. I also have to consider currency risk, right? So the ruble versus the dollar is collapsing right now. In my denomination, my home currency is dollars. Okay, that I don't think that's a secret to anyone. So the dollar is rising, the ruble is falling. So the currency risk is huge right now. Okay, well, it appears to be huge right now. So right now, in terms of dollars, I can't really even quantify what collapse, because I'd have to go into it and really do the calculations. But I don't know off the top of my head what quantity of this fall or drop has been caused by the currency fluctuations versus the actual underlying stock price in terms of rubles collapsing. Okay, so I will say a part of this has to do with the ruble actually collapsing, because remember, they earn money, and they earn money or they're denominated in rubles, right? They do, I want to correct myself, they do earn money in other currencies, this company, because it is a huge exporter of energy to other nations. However, well, actually, I don't want to delve too much into the weeds here, but domestically, that actually might be good for Gazprom if they have any ruble denominated debt, right? So because if they're earning in euros or dollars, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I just want to focus on more or less the risks. So again, I'll just repeat myself, or a summary of this whole video. This is a very risky investment. I bought back all the shares essentially with the capital that I had sold. I don't think it was all of it. I didn't really keep track of. I just bought what I thought was a good allocation. But when I looked at the percentage allocation, I was like, that's very close to where it was. So will I buy more? I will if it continues to drop, if it drops further, but I'm going to control its size. I really don't want to make this a large position in the portfolio. However, if we see into the future, right, if I had somehow a crystal ball and I could see that the risks won't manifest and things will get better, of course, I'm going to wish I owned more. But I have to, I'm human. And so I have to do actions or make decisions based on the information I have currently. And I have to be honest with myself about my understanding of this. Okay. And currently my understanding is, as limited as most people, right? So I do not know exactly what will happen tomorrow. I am not privy to that information as to what, the Russians and the Americans and the Ukrainians are all dealing with behind closed doors. I don't know that. So I'm just making my line in the sand here. All right. On that note, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like content like this, go ahead and feel free to leave a like. If you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. I'll try to get back to you guys as quickly as possible. Again, I just want to say, if you guys are investing in Gazprom or holding Gazprom, be very aware of the risks and be honest with yourself if you are comfortable with those risks, okay? Remember that the risks are what you should be focusing on, not so much the upside. Really, what we want to do as investors is prevent permanent capital loss. And if we want to engage in very risky investments with a sound thesis, right? There is still a sound thesis behind Gazprom, right? You want to make sure that the risks are accounted for and you are mitigating them within your portfolio. All right. So on that note, guys, I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.